ready if you are.
How are my bangs?
Looking good.
Alrighty. When you're fixing these, it's bound to have rips in it. It's going to happen over time while you guys are going to be gallery sitting. And you'll have a kit in the gallery warming cabin. I've got it made. You'll have tape, a knife, an iron, and a board. And so you lay your board under your surface, keep it clean, and be sure to wipe down all the plastic bags whenever you're taping a seam, because otherwise the tape just won't hold. And that's a really important thing to keep in mind. So when the seam comes apart, you want to remove the tape that's already on there and just be gentle. Don't rip the plastic. It should come off pretty easily. When that happens, then you want to line it up so that it's nice and flat and level. And when you're tucking these together and lining these up, you're going to need two people as well. You want to get about 1/8 of an inch, one bag inside the other at the corners, and get it. You want to pull it nice and taut once it's in there, and try and get it as flat as possible. And then have one person hold their thumb down while the other person gets tape ready and can tape down, and the other person pulls it taut and anchors it to the board, and then vice versa. We've got it anchored at both points. You want to put a centerpiece down to keep it from curling back, and then you start pulling a length across, like so. And you want to pull it and tape it down beyond the plastic bag, so you have an anchor point on it, and then you slowly just keep pushing it in and keeping it level. Try and have as few bunches as possible. Once you've got that down, you cut the one edge off, and then lay your parchment. This is another big thing to remember too, is keep parchment over the plastic when you're ironing. It will melt these plastic bags really quickly. And keep the iron on very low. And you just run it across once. And feel the tape, and if the tape's warm, you're ready to go to the next part. Now you're going to want to flip it. And sometimes this is going to be harder because you'll have to flip it from both sides when they're both anchored. You just want to flip it, keep trying to have it as level as possible. And again, be gentle. The seams will hold, but if you just rough us around them, you can easily rip them. So be gentle. The second half is a lot easier. You just put a middle anchor point and then stretch it across. Once you've gotten both sides taped and ironed, you want to trim a clean edge off. So you've got a nice solid edge. Iron the second side. And flip it back to the original orientation so that you don't have any twists in it when it inflates. Just as little stress on this thing as possible is the best thing to do. Other than that, that's how you tape a seam. And if something seems much more complicated than this, there will be a call list for people like myself and others that have done this before. If maybe there's multiple rips or something seems pretty serious, we're on call to fix it for you. But if you can, try and fix it yourself. It goes a lot faster.